Hey, what up, what up? Welcome back. As usual, London is blue and bright. Chelsea is back to the winning ways like we are used to, and we hope to keep it going. What up, man? How you been?
Man, the smile on my face could tell a lot, man. I've been happy this last few weeks, man. Like, yeah, we have a lot to talk about. It's been a while. Hello guys. We're gonna have a good
Yeah. It's
talk
been a
today.
while. We kind of fell off a little bit. People were busy with schedules and everything, but we're back.
Yes, sir.
So in the last 10 games, Chelsea has had two losses, two draws, and six wins. We are third in the league, and we are first in UEFA. What do you think? What do you think about all the results?
I, I'm gonna start off with some negatives, and then there's a lot of positive to talk about as of today. As a Chelsea fan, like there's a lot of positives, but um, I'm gonna start off with some negatives that we we all can talk through and then get to the positive stuff. Um, Thinking back to Palace and Nottingham Forest, we tied those two games. We could have been in a comfortable title race right now if those games were like put away per se. Eze hit a wonderful shot. We tied that game. There were so many chances missed in that game. Would not lament on those anymore. Like it's past. Just pointing those things out. Forrest had a red card. We could have capitalized on that. We didn't. But overall, man, great Chelsea. The old days are back, and I am starting to feel the joy that I had back in 0405. Like that when I first started supporting Chelsea, when ACN joined Chelsea, those were the best times, man. Every
Yeah.
time I turned on the game or highlights, like I was extremely happy with what I saw. But that same joy is coming back. I would like to know what you think.
So one, I like the results. I'm okay with it. I like, and I say that because of our position in the league, and then our position in the conference league. I mean, with conference league, we're winning all the games, so that's 100% record right there. But in the league, even though we could have been better with some of the results, like the ties you talked about, and even maybe some of the losses, like the one against Liverpool, is like okay. I like it because of our position. We're third. It's coming from what it was last season to now. I'm 100% happy with it.
Hmm.
I definitely expect us to be top two at the end of the season. I said this from
Okay,
the
okay.
I said this from the beginning of the season, and I still see it. Technically, the only reason we're not second right now is because of Alphabet
Alphabet,
LC.
Alphabet FC.
They're only ahead of us because you know, but it is what it is. I'm happy with the results, and I'm happy with the position in the league. With that being said, so Enzo, Maresca, the coach, he's had a couple interviews, and then he's like, "Oh, we're not title contenders," and then he's trying to, like, I don't know, like, be humble type of thing. What do you think? What do you think is working for him with, like, the players he has, and like his tactics, his management, and then what do you also think about his attitude towards our results, and with all these interviews that he keeps having?
Um, I would say that he's very bold. Well, like towards the later part of last season, the team started gelling and started playing well together, right? Um,
Hmm.
we talked about Porch and maybe keeping him at this day today. I think we did we did a good. Basically, we didn't choose wrong. We chose the right coach for the right situation. He came into a perfect place to implement his ideas. He came into a team where all the players are young, don't know what they've never tasted like success. So he can really push his ideologies onto the team. Like he's like even when the B team comes in and play, you can
Mhm.
see the same structure being played. Like we don't deviate from what his plans are. Um, I mean, we've talked at length about Nkuku coming in for Palmer when Palmer wasn't performing. I think it's just a sad situation for Nkuku because he's just playing in a position where the club's best player plays at. Like, and I've said this so many times. Nkuku is the best and most clinical scorer on the team. He has the know-how to put the ball in the net at any position during the game. But it's just so unfortunate that right now he can't you can't just bench Palmer and put Nkuku in there. Like that's not
Yeah.
possible. But if anybody has the the will and I'm trying to use a different word because that the will is not basically if anybody has the stones, the balls to make that switch, it would be Enzo because he has showed time and time that he's not afraid of making the big calls. Like um, I know, like he has said in his press that we're not title contenders yet, which personally I don't think we are there yet because it's a young team. There's definitely gonna be some drop off in the next couple of like during the busy season, which is like the festive games. Like we're gonna
Mhm.
have a drop off. We're not gonna win all the games. We're gonna lose some, and the most experienced teams are gonna pile up the points to take a little bit lead over us. But uh, basically, he's done the best job he could have done in the first phase um, of his uh, of his tenure. It's amazing. Like I was listening to some of these podcasters, and one was talking about like if he had to make the change, he would make it 100%, 100 times out of 100, just because of how he has shaped the team to take his identity. Like they were playing with some balls, basically. They're playing well, even when they're not playing well. Like the last game, for example, right? I don't
Mhm.
think I don't think at any point in the game I thought we were gonna lose the game. There wasn't like we had control over the game. Like I also talked about the Liverpool game and how we played against Liverpool and how City played against Liverpool. Like you can see that we have what it takes to do. It's just a little bit push to beat those teams, and then we're good. But
Yeah.
that's my thoughts and
Mhm.
opinion about Enzo and the tactics.
Yeah, so for me with Enzo, I feel like he's doing an amazing job, and he knows how to use the players individually. I think that's like one of his best qualities, knowing how to use the players. It's really not necessarily him like his overall tactics, but knowing how to put the pieces together to make it a whole. Like let's say if Palmer goes injured now, I feel like he will know what to do and who to put there to make it work. It might not be the same quality as Palmer, but it's going to work. So I think his ability. to know who to use where at the right time is what's helping. Is what's helping us. Like this game, and then also with what you just said, his boldness. Nobody would just bench certain players at certain times, or just because they messed up a couple of times. But he knows what he wants, and if you're not giving it, you're
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
And he knows who to put there to get what he wants,
yeah.
and he will make sure it happens. So now all the players, I feel like, think their job is on the line. So I think that's his best ability. All right. So with that being said, let's
Oh,
break down the team.
I have
Okay.
one.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Um, with what you just said, like he knows how to play his players in certain positions to get the best out of them. Do you think he's doing that with Enzo right now? Enzo Fernandez.
So with Enzo Fernandez, I feel like he is doing that because it got to a point where everybody was like, okay, Enzo is now a B team player. So like I said, I feel like once he makes you feel like your job is on the line, then he brings the best out of you. Like maybe a couple weeks ago, whenever Nani was, playing like rubbish, he
Yeah.
felt like his job was on the line with us, just even by just signing Neto.
Mhm.
Then he started, giving us the numbers and giving
Yeah.
us the performance. Recently, he dipped a little bit, and now he in the last game he was on the bench. But when he came on, he did an amazing job.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like that's really like if you're slacking, he knows who to put there. And once he brings that person in, and then that person also wants to, get playtime, they
Yeah.
put out their best. And now when you feel like, oh, your job is on the line, which is what I feel like happened with Enzo. Whenever Lavia came back from injury and Lavia was, giving all these performances game by game, and he was like, oh shit, I need to step up and do what I do, which I feel like is what's happening now. Like once he gets your confidence back, then yeah, you just put out your best. It might not be, and it might not work with all the players, and I and I say that only because of Mudrik.
Yo, you better stop playing with my man though. My man is gonna come good. My man is gonna come good.
But
Yeah, I know. I know there's a lot of jokes around him, but like there is potential in that man.
oh, this 100% there's potential, but he just needs to have that drive, which I feel like Maresca will get out of him. It's just a matter of time. Once we get there, then yeah.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So I wanted to break down the team.
Yeah.
We're gonna go from defense, including the goalie, then go midfield, and then go attack. But when we talk about defense, we're gonna include the goalie and also include Caicedo. When we go into midfield, we'll add Caicedo into the whole midfield as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you? Let's start with defense. In the past, let's say last 10 games. What do you like? What don't you like?
I mean, again, with the like I've said so many times, our defense does not breathe like confidence. They don't like give me we're gonna shut this team down and not give anything, right? Like let's take the last game for an example. Let's go back to the conference league game, right?
Hmm.
We're playing against a team in the German league that is in the last position, right? They're like basically like the worst team in Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Our keeper had to make 11 saves to keep us clean. Like there, there were so many. Like I watched that game, there were so many chances we could have lost that game because not because we played terrible, because there were instances within the game where our defense was not focused. But
Mm.
I'll give our defense this. They've improved from what they were last year, right?
Okay.
They have improved because last year we had to like lose a lot of games because we were given a lot of easy goals. This year we have, if the defense is playing good, the keeper sometimes is not playing good, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's never both. Or the keeper is on top form and the defense is not on top form. Like we've never had a situation where I say that both units, or I mean in totality, the defense have played a solid game, a clean game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'll give them that they have improved. One of my favorite improvements. I know Cuckoo is bored now, and I'll be the first one to apologize to that man. I I have said so many things about that man, and I'll be the first to apologize because that man is insane right now. Like every game, he puts in a shift that I can applaud. Like I'm not
Yeah.
saying he doesn't get beat. He gets beat sometimes. He does the things that I was complaining about. He jumps into tackles a little quicker and stuff like that. But he's insane, relentless. Like he goes, like if he plays 90 minutes, he's going full speed 90 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I love that about him. But one of my favorite improvements of the year is Fofana. Um, I can say that he has not really like done much anything different from what he was doing last year, but this year he's more confident in what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's going into tackles, winning most of it. Um, he's bringing the ball out with more confidence. Um, he's been a presence in the defense. Like yes, a lot of people like Colwell, but I don't think he has improved over the season. Like he hasn't taken the step. He's still the same person that he was last year. Just he's not playing in a left back position most of the time. He's just playing in center back where it is his natural position. So that's my opinion on the defense right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Gusto playing at right back, left back. We need to stop that experiment.
Yeah.
Let's cut that experiment out. Let's play Gusto at right back when he's fit. Caicedo, oh my God, what? Can we give Brighton some money more? Like, can we give them extra money for? Because I, I am, I am speechless on that because that man
So
is playing ridiculously good right now. Like, it's
yeah,
insane.
agreed on that. Because so for me with the defense, and this is why I wanted to add Caicedo into the defense topic because, like you said, the defense doesn't play an A game as a whole. They've definitely improved slowly. Too slow for my liking, but they're improving. It's slowly, like every game, you can see, okay, this is better than last game. It's not the best, but it's better. And I feel like for the defense to be great, or what has made the defense great in games where we've kept the clean sheet, or where we've seen like, okay, the other team had few chances, or let's say the other team weren't able to put away their chances. It's one, either Sanchez is saving everything, or Caicedo is stopping all the passes, or putting pressure on the other team where they can, penetrate easily, then makes the job for our defenders easier.
Mhm.
If Caicedo is on his A game defensively, like that we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. We really don't even need a backline. So yeah, that's why I wanted to add Caicedo into the defense. Man, this guy is doing a lot of work right in front of the line, and he's like, he can't do it every game, but the games where he's like on top of it, he's doing an amazing job. And then back to Sanchez, when he's on top of his game, he's doing all these crazy saves, and then that's what's helping us. Defense as a whole, they're improving, but they need to get it together quicker so it can make everybody's lives easier.
Yeah,
That's what I think about the defense.
No, definitely um, having Caicedo in front of the defense helps a lot. Him playing right back last game, insane. Um, like he was everywhere, literally right back, and you see him in the defensive mid position. He'll be a
Yeah.
right back. He'll be like a box to box type of, like what Gusto does when he inverts. Like
Mhm.
he was doing all that. So that was beautiful to say. To see. Um, I think for me, I just fear that he will burn out. That's my thing. He needs he needs help, and what that help looks like, I am not sure. I mean, it's good that he's not playing in the conference league. Um, it's good, but running
So
like that all game, that was our problem with Kante. So
yeah. Well, so with Caicedo, yes, he definitely needs help and needs to rest a lot. And it's good, like you said, he's not playing in the conference league. But I feel like the help he needs is the piece that Lavia brought whenever he played with him. Because Enzo is amazing, moving forward and giving all these long passes and stuff like. But tracking back is not really his thing.
hmm
He just goes for it and gets lost sometimes. And then by the time he gets back, then Caicedo has to do all this work. So that I feel like the help that Caicedo needs comes from Lavia. If Enzo can, take a piece out of both Lavia and Caicedo's books and then add to his, then Caicedo will get the help he needs defensively,
yeah,
which would be amazing.
I'm not even gonna lie. Enzo has been putting in some defensive shifts. Like it's not consistent enough for
Yeah,
me
yeah,
to say, okay, he's he's there, but he's been putting in some shifts.
yeah.
I just I'm and I like the Labia piece, right? He brings like another bulldozer type of like defensive midfielder. Like to be a contender, like if you look at the likes of Liverpool, um, you look at City when they were City, like you have Rodri, right, doing all the dirty work, and then you have like another midfielder that can tackle at all times. Like in the past, it was Gundogan doing that type of work. It was Bernardo Silva doing that type of work, right?
Yeah.
This if you're looking at Gravenberg is doing all that work. Curtis Jones is doing that type of work. Like it's not just. I mean, Maka is doing that type of work too, right? It's
Mhm.
not. It's not like centered on one person. Like for me, Lavia and Casedo, as long as they play together, I have more confidence in that midfield at all time. But the games, because we all know Lavia does not play all the games. He gets hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
So my concern starts from there. I mean, I don't think Enzo right now is at the position to do that dirty work. I mean, he puts in some shift, but like he's not there yet. And so it'll be interesting to see like how they move forward with that. But that's my opinion on basically the midfield. Um, I would I would love. I mean, I don't know what it is with Chelsea, but I would love for us to um, have Drewsby Hall play defensive mid. But again, that's just me.
Well, with him when he was at Leicester, I don't was he playing defensive mid at Leicester?
He was like the supporting defensive mid. He was a box to box basically.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, 'cause honestly, I don't really see him in that defensive mid role. I feel
so,
like he would play it like Enzo.
but he tackles more than Enzo. That's my thing. He's not just a passer or an attacker or something. He's like a when he's a poor man's Curtis Jones, and Curtis Jones is a poor man's Curtis Jones. Like, like no, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying he's a wall beater, but he puts in shifts. Like, you need
Mhm.
play. Like, all your team members cannot be top level.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It does
absolutely.
not work like that. Like, you're not gonna like. He reminds me more of like a Matic. You know,
Okay.
not that he's Matic yet. But like, no, he cannot. But he reminds me of Matic, Obi Mikel. That they are cast in within the big team. Their jobs are important. So
Yeah. All
I would
right.
love for
Well,
him to be integrated into that circle. Even Kasade, he puts in shifts. It's just that I don't know if we don't believe in those type of box to box midfielders for our team right now.
I guess maybe it just doesn't work with like the tactics and then how the manager wants to use the players.
Yeah,
So maybe that's why we're not seeing a lot of minutes or numbers from them.
yeah.
So, well, let's talk about the midfield real quick. Without Palmer, because me personally, I don't. Palmer is like a false nine to me,
Hmm.
but with the free role. So technically, he's a midfielder, but his role in our team is like a false nine, but he doesn't just stay where he's just do what you do. So I'm not gonna add him to the midfield. I'm just gonna talk more of the two in the middle and then the wingers. What do you think of their performances?
You know what I think about Madueke. You already know what I think about that man. He gave us a three goal against Wolves, and then he's been living off that.
Yeah,
I Again, I think there is a player in that man. He just has to hone in on what he does best. He don't try to do too much.
hmm
Do what you do best. Let's take on people, cutbacks, let the ball go easily, track back. Like if you can get this down, bro, he
yeah.
he
So
he'd be
with
one of the first names on the team list because when I look at somebody like Neto, he knows what he brings to the table.
mhm,
And this is what makes him better than Madueke right now. Right now.
yeah,
He knows what he brings to the table. Like there was this game, what game was that? Neto crossed the ball to Madueke. Madueke missed the whole goal. What game
oh
was
yeah, 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 I remember. Yeah, I think it was two games ago, two Premier League games ago. Was it who was it? But I remember the game you're talking about.
it? Neto knows what he brings to the table. Take
Yeah,
somebody on, cross the ball to a space where somebody could get the ball easily. Actually, it wasn't Neto. It was uh, Jackson. Jackson had that cross with his left. Crazy ball. How you missed an open goal when
yeah.
Jackson did all the work? Anyways,
See, with
uh,
with Madueke, I feel like you said, there's a player in him. He has the potential. He has the talent. He just gets a little too cocky, and then it's he gets carried away.
man, that mercy.
When he starts to get carried away, then it's like he doesn't know what to do anymore, or he tries to overdo it.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple. I don't know who he's trying to impress. Maybe he has some girl somewhere. I don't know.
Keep the main thing. Honestly, like
With
all
him, all he has to do is keep it simple. Just keep your game simple and do what you do, and it will be just fine. And I feel like every time he's not putting the numbers, and like I said before, once he feel like his job is on the line, then he snaps back to reality, and then keep this stuff simple. Like
Yeah.
the pass he gave to Palmer, he was thinking, and then he remembered, oh, let me just keep it simple.
Bro, too much thinking. That's the
He
problem.
was thinking. It's like, oh, okay, let me just keep it simple. Then that's it. So with him, I feel I don't know what it is. Somehow we just need to make him think his job is on the line every game.
Yeah. What do
Uh,
what do you
yeah.
think about Sancho? Sancho and Neto playing the wings.
I, I I think it's the I like that starting lineup with Sancho and Neto because one, they both can play on either side.
Hmm.
So within the game they can switch, try to confuse the other team a little bit, switch here and there. Sancho needs to gain his confidence back and start shooting the ball. There's been so many times where he had a chance to shoot and then he goes to give a pass. The pass is not bad, but the shot could have been the better option.
Hmm.
And then maybe even if it doesn't go in, hope for a rebound or something. He's good. He knows what to do. He keeps it too simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like it's just because he doesn't have that confidence. I don't know what it was. People are saying. I just recently I read something about his attitude with the team, and there was something they weren't really getting along. I don't know if that's really the case or whatever happened with him at United, but he just needs to gain his Dortmund confidence back
Yeah.
because right now he's keeping it too simple,
Yeah.
which is nice. It's sometimes keeping it simple is good. You don't really get in trouble for giving a pass if you make the right pass, but
Right.
sometimes the shot is better than the pass.
No, definitely.
Yeah, Sancho, he's good. I like the guy. He's an amazing player. He's just keeping it too simple. He needs to gain his confidence back, and then he will be back to his Germany days, and he would start over Madrid any day.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, even right now, like my that that's my top two wingers to start. Like Sancho, his take ons are great. Like he makes like watching the Villa game. He literally made our first goal. Like
Hmm.
he didn't get the assist, but
Yeah,
he made that goal because Madueke, Noni Madueke. Oh my god,
and
that
and
boy
then
that make
with
that pass every time.
Neto and Sancho, they track back when they have to. They do a better job at tracking back than Madueke and Modric would. So
Yeah,
that's another thing I like about them versus the others.
yeah. I mean, I would give Madueke this. He has been better
Oh
than
yeah,
he was last year. Better with tracking back. Like he's tracking back, but sometimes he's passing players off to other people. Like that's my the thing I don't understand. Like, why are you like you are in the area? Why are you passing the player to somebody? Make sure you are in front of the person and make sure that your team is in good defensive stance.
yeah,
Like stop doing that. But
yeah. That's definitely one thing that would hurt in literally any sport. If you try to think for your teammate,
yeah,
it's like there's a cross coming in, and then you the defender, you're yelling, "Oh, goalie!" You jump for the
mhm,
ball or something like
yeah, yeah,
that would hurt you. You thinking for somebody else that would hurt the team
yeah,
any day,
yeah.
any day.
Yeah. But our midfield is shaping up nice. Definitely, we need to sort out having Neto and Sancho mostly be the top wingers. I know we are not putting that 10 position as part of the defense, but I mean the midfield, but definitely would love to see some changes in that area
Mhm.
as needed. As needed though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get right into attack then, which is the 9 and the 10. The wingers obviously they support when they can, but it's mainly the 9 and the 10. Jackson Palmer or Jackson and Kunku if it's him or Felix, whoever, but mainly just Jackson Palmer because that's the starting 9 and 10.
Yeah.
I this season my most improved player is Jackson. Even though Caicedo is putting up all these numbers and I love it, but I love the confidence Jackson is bringing because of all the trash talking I did in the beginning towards Jackson. He's doing his job now. He's in the places where he needs to be at the right time. If he has to go back and help, he does it. He's doing it all at this point. Like he's grown into the position and he's playing it right. He's not on his A game every day, but he's doing the job. He's getting the goals when he needs to, or when the chance comes to him, and he's also giving assists when he feels that's the better option. I like players like that. But yeah, that's my take. Palmer is just Palmer. He does what he does, but obviously there's what 4 games in a row where he didn't provide anything, a goal or assist. But then he got the chance and he took it, even with the assist to Enzo. Palmer is just Palmer. He's not going to be scoring every game. We hope he does, but that's just not realistic. There's going to be times where he falls off. Even Haaland falls off.
Yeah. You said it all. You said it all. Jackie is giving his best.
Yeah, well, my boy, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson.
Yeah, my boy, he's killing it. He's killing it.
No.
So with that, do we need another striker, like a traditional striker? Because we can all agree Nkunku is not traditional striker. He's not a number 9. Because we've seen it in the times where he was expected to be in that role. And also even in his Germany days, he wasn't really the 9.
Yeah.
So we need to get another striker.
Mm-hmm.
And what type of striker are we getting? Because we can't go for, I feel like at this point, we can't go for a striker like Guy Chorus or Jai Chorus, however you say it. We can't go for him because he needs to play. He can't be your sub. And at this point, Jackson cannot be your sub either.
Mm-hmm.
So in this with this dilemma, I guess, who would be your preferred striker if we had to sign somebody in the transfer window?
For me, if we had to sign a striker, Gyökeres is my striker. Like I am convinced. In the beginning I told you I am not convinced with the man.
Yes.
But like after a few games paying attention to him, he's like it might be the competition. You can say whatever you want with that, but you can tell that he's confident in what he does. Like
yeah,
he knows what he wants to do, and he's confident enough to try it. And sometimes it just takes, the balls to try something because you never know. Like the example would be Jackson last year, the goal he scored on Sunday, he would try to stop the ball and try to hit it.
yeah.
This year, what I've seen most is he's going with instant, just taking a shot, putting his head out there, running into space, just instant. And he's scoring more.
Yeah.
If we had to sign a striker, again, there isn't a lot of traditional 9s available in the world right now. Like this, I've been saying this a lot. If I'm training my son, I'm training him to be a traditional 9.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is a shortage of that. There's a lot of 9.5s. No, the the hybrid between a 10
And
and a
then
9
yeah,
is there's a gazillion of those on Earth right now. Like I don't know how we went away. Like there isn't a lot of Chris Woods walking around.
yeah.
That's a traditional 9.
Yeah. See, now that you mentioned Chris Wood, I would love for Chelsea to sign a player like Chris Wood just to support Jackson.
Wood is past his time.
He's old. He's old. I'm just saying. I don't want us to get somebody where he's gonna feel like he's not getting play time, is gonna kill his confidence. I need somebody who's like, not on top of the radar, somebody who's content with being on the bench. When you're called upon, you come deliver. That's somebody I need Chelsea to have.
We also need to remember that Nkuku is gonna go. Not Nkuku. Jackson is gonna go to African Cup of Nations.
That's true. So when he does, we have our bench player who when we call upon, he's gonna deliver. Somebody like Aston Villa, John Duran. Whenever they need him, he comes in, he delivers.
He's not satisfied with the position. Do you see? Nobody. Again, any top player, any good player is not satisfied with a bench
Yes.
position.
Yes. That's true.
Most people will do the job because they're team players. They do what the team needs.
Yep.
But for me, I would love for us to have a Drogba Anelka type of situation where
Yeah.
the best is playing. Like
Yeah.
if you're not on your game in the
Yeah.
first 60 minutes, come and sit here and
I agree that, and that's what I'm trying to. So I feel like if we go at this point with the way Jackson is playing, he is our Drogba right now. He's doing the job.
he's gonna fall to the mean. Like I'm not saying that he's gonna suck. Don't watch this video and think I'm saying Jackson is gonna come and suck. Like no, but there is a mean for that man. He's right now above his mean. He's one of the best strikers in the EPL. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Based on skill, delivery, his shooting ability right now, conversion rate, all of that, he's one of the best strikers in the league right now. There's too many people in the league right now that are better than him in the striker position.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, even with the top, like Holland, he started the season beasting it, and he's fall back to his mean.
Haaland, he's way below his mean.
Well, right, he's below his mean. But what I mean is, there will be times where the team isn't playing to their best ability, and so he's not gonna get the goals that he's getting now. He's not gonna be that top guy, right? If you have, let's say, for me, let's say you have a Watkins, right?
Yeah.
And he's sharing time with Jackson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where Jackson, Jackson, nah, only Watkins and Jackson together. But there's gonna be a time where he falls below what is needed to push us above the top or put us on top. You have top quality, like literally. I don't see a problem with having Gyökeres and Jackson fighting for the number 9 position. Like, who is better that week gets to play. If you're not on your A game, you're gonna spend some 60 minutes on the bench and come in 40 minutes to end, or 20 minutes to end, 30 minutes to end. Whatever the like, this will give our team the push, because the days of Drogba and Anelka sharing time was crazy. At some point, we had to play two top.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know why football has changed from that. I wish we could go back to playing two strikers. I love that. Having two people who can finish working together, it's amazing.
I think again it goes back to the shortage of nines
That's true. That's true
in
too.
the world. Most of them are playing like half nine, half 10. Because it would have been a situation where the person playing the Palmer position will be another striker.
Yep. Yeah.
But
Okay. Well, I know we touched on this a little bit, but I'm gonna ask again, and maybe if you have more to add. Well, you okay? So you said we're not title contenders, right? Why do you think that, or why is that?
there is a lot of reasons, but the
Okay.
most obvious reason is we're 9 points below the leaders. Nine,
Yep.
9 points means Liverpool has to drop 3 games while we win those 3 games.
Hmm.
And it's impossible. All I'm saying is, at the current moment, it does not look likely because they currently have the best defensive record. And when you watch them, it's not that they can be beat, that they can be beat. And I believe Chelsea should have beat them when we met them, but they look solid. They look solid.
Yeah.
And when they're not solid, they're scoring goals. To me, it's not a foregone conclusion that they're going to win the league, but they have one of their hands on the cup right now. And that's why I am not going to be drawn into, and that's the most obvious reason, right? Like, I don't want to be drawn into this debate of, oh, we're in it, tomorrow we're not in it. No. At this current moment, I don't believe we're in it. Now, don't get me wrong. In the next month or two, if Chelsea is within 3 points, 6 points, and there is a couple of injuries with Liverpool, I would come here and say we are in a title race because anything can happen after that.
Hmm.
Anything can happen. But right now, the most obvious reason is they look too solid to start losing 3 games because we're gonna draw points. Don't get it twisted. Chelsea's gonna draw points. Liverpool's gonna draw points. Can we make up that 9 points? That's all. That's really all I am looking at right now, and I'm saying no, we're not.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, for me right now, yeah, obviously I'll say no, and based on the obvious reason, Liverpool is far ahead, and anything can happen. So we see, we'll hope, we just hope and pray. But I'll just go back to a couple weeks when the season started and Chelsea played Liverpool. I told a lot of people, I even said it here. I was like, whoever wins that game would win the league,
Mm,
and it's looking like that right now.
mhm.
When we started Liverpool, people were saying, "Oh, they're only winning by one. They were always winning by one." And I kept telling this guy, I'm like, "Listen, they're getting the points.
Yeah,
You don't have to play beautiful football. You don't have to be out here beating people 6, 7, 8-0. As long as you get the points, it doesn't matter how you get the points,
correct.
which is what Chelsea was struggling to do in the beginning, drawing games where we should have been winning, losing games where we should have at least tied. and that's biting us right now. It's only 9 points, which is like you said, 3 games, and then we're there. But with the way that
I have a
all the
question.
teams are
You
playing,
said something. I want to get into that. Which
well,
game do you think we should have tied, but we lost?
the game against Liverpool,
You think we should have tied that game?
we could have won,
Okay.
but we lost. So I'm going to the next best option, which is a tie. That's why I say that.
Okay.
I'm just going to the next best option.
Okay. Okay.
If
Now
we
I
get
just want to get that on the record because when I speak about that game in the chat, it looked like nobody's supporting the idea that we could have beat them or
yeah, at the end of the day,
better than them.
the results is the results.
The result at the end of the day, we all agree that we can't change the result, but
Yeah,
we can also look at it objectively and say, okay,
yeah.
had
We could have won all our games. Like realistically speaking,
not all of it. I
like
can't. I can't
which
really
one?
say all of it.
The draws against who?
The,
Who
the
was
win
it?
against Bournemouth, we shouldn't have won. That game was luck.
They shouldn't have won either.
No. They should have beat us.
No.
No, Bournemouth should have beat us. That's the only game I can sit here and say we should have lost that game. Really. Apart from that,
Well, what about the Arsenal game?
it could have been different for City game because if Jackson takes the first goal well, we're sitting here having a different conversation.
What about the Arsenal game? We tied that game.
Yeah, we did tie that game.
Personally, I think we should have lost that game.
Yeah, we should have lost that game.
So at the end of the day, it's just results
Okay.
is the results.
You're right. We should have lost the Arsenal game because even the last kick at the end where Trossard takes the ball off Havertz's feet.
Yeah. So, hey, the results is the results. We take it.
We're here because we did what we did. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're slowly running out of time. Let's talk about the next 2 games real quick. Midweek and then the weekend. We have Southampton coming up and then Spurs on the weekend. What's your prediction? Both wins or
man? Let me just skip to Spurs game, right? Because I am hoping we come into Southampton game with on a high and take that.
Yeah.
We just killed that game. First half, scored 2 goals. They have the best 3 players on suspension this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope they come in and play better and win that game quickly. Okay. I don't want to spend too much time on it. With Spurs, you don't know what you're gonna get.
Yep. 100%.
Really do not know what you're gonna get from Spurs.
And then let me see. Is that game an away game or a home game? It's a away game. Okay.
It's a away game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
I mean, like you said, you never know what you're gonna get with them because they just tied at home with Fulham after beating Manchester City.
4.
So
4.
But then let's talk about it from our point. Let's just say Spurs are gonna come play their best ball. What are we gonna do about it?
Oh, again, I think player for player, man for man, we should be winning that game easily, comfortably. Because Spurs is gonna Spurs. They're gonna play a high line. They're gonna do all that. We have the players to beat that. We just have to hold up in the defense. We have to hold they're gonna get their chances. That's one thing I know about Chelsea. Chelsea is gonna give up the chances.
Yeah.
So it just comes down to, do they put their chances away? Do we score our chances? How many of it do we score? And how many do they score?
Yeah.
That's literally all that is gonna happen. I'm just hoping we come that day to play, because it's um, a London game. Um, best defense. Honestly, the reason why, and you asked this question, the reason why I don't think we're in a title race is because I don't believe in our defense at all.
Okay. Okay. Well, for me, like you said, Southampton should be easy. We should honestly, even our B team can come and do the job, so the top dogs can rest.
Let me ask you this question: do you
Yeah.
think he's gonna play the B team?
I don't think so, but I think he will make subs early.
Okay.
I think he'll make subs early so they can have enough rest for the weekend. Then whenever we go away to Spurs and go play, the reason I think we're gonna beat them is we have the better numbers in terms of finishing our chances. Both teams will get chances. Both teams' defense is not the best. We will get chances. They will get chances, but they're not gonna finish their chances like they will. We will finish ours. So that's where I think we're gonna beat them.
On a Jackson day, we can.
If Jackson comes straight, it's over for everybody.
On a Jackson day,
So hopefully we have Michael Jackson on.
I hope he does come correct, because the next 2 weeks I need him to put some points for my fantasy team. You know, it's been a long time since I had like a Chelsea striker in my fantasy team.
I just got him too, so hopefully, he does come correct. All right, cool. Give you a score predictions real quick for both games.
Hampton game, I'm looking at, should be a good 4-0.
Okay.
But I'm not expecting a clean sheet for real. So 4-1. 4-1.
Okay.
Spurs game, I'm looking at 2-1 Chelsea.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we should win that.
I'm looking at 3-0 and 3-1. So Southampton, they'll get some chances, but with the way they've been playing so far, I don't think they'll do anything with it. Yeah. So 3-0 for me, and then when we go play Spurs, I feel they'll get that one chance where they score it. All the rest of the chances, they will do what they do and miss all of them, hopefully. But then we will have our chances and we will finish it for sure. So
that's the hope. That's the hope.
Well. Hey, like we said, London is blue. Blue is the color. Football is the game. We're all together. Winning is our aim. See you guys next time.